This
All
is
right.
our last turn, isn't it?
Yes.
Hallelujah.
And then
Yeah,
only.
this class is over.
Okay. I read last week. Is there anyone that wants to read this week? Is there anyone that hasn't read? I think it's your week, Hunter.
I think so. Hunter hasn't read yet, huh?
I did read.
Oh, did you?
Okay. Contrary to public belief, I actually didn't even get to do any of them this week. So I will read, but I can't get answers as to what I have. So sorry about that. Okay, so which of the following actions might we logically expect the result from rising stock prices?
I have A.
I put none of them.
I got C.
I got B.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I have A.
So when I was going through the case study 21-1D, it says on there that an increase in consumption or in consumer spending will actually cause the rise in stock prices. And then it said that if you sell more stock, then that'll increase it. So the only one that I found that was true was firms spend more on investments.
And your answer was B, you said?
I got C.
We can go back to that one if we want to, or we could even, if we don't, like if none of us have the same answer, we can just text tomorrow and see if anyone else found the answer, or if somebody took the quiz.
Is this quiz gonna be due on Thursday?
Yeah.
It's due Thursday.
Okay. Because sometimes they put it on Thursday, sometimes not.
I'll put C as a placeholder though. For the U.S. economy, money holdings are.
I have D.
Household.
Yeah, I got D as well.
Okay. The situation in which the Fed's target interest rate has fallen. Hold on. Has fallen as far as it can fall is sometimes described as.
B.
Could be on that one.
Okay. Everyone go with B. Nicole, you go with B?
Yeah. B.
Okay. If the Federal Reserve increases the money supply, then initially people want to
buy more bonds.
I have D.
Yeah, I got D too.
Me too.
Yeah.
That one is logically correct just looking at. If the Fed conducts open market purchases, the money supply.
A.
D.
I have D. For 5, I have D as in David.
I had A.
I got A also.
Yeah, I put D as in Dave as well.
So the Fed conducts open market purchases.
I thought when they sold it decreased the money supply, not when they purchased.
So I found it in 21-1C. And it's also in 1D.
So when they buy bonds is when it decreases, right? Like the money supply, the bonds and stuff. When the government buys bonds,
it increases it.
Yeah, when they're buying, it's creating more money.
Right. I thought when they sold bonds, it decreased the money supply.
Yeah.
Right, because they're taking money back from the public, basically, when they sell. They're getting paid, right? So it's increasing when they purchase it because they're putting money out into, right?
Right.
That's why I got A.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay. 6, according to the liquidity preference theory, the opportunity cost of holding money is
A.
I got A also.
Okay. 7. According to liquidity preference theory, an increase in the price level shifts the
I have A.
A also.
A.
A on that one.
A seems right. And 8. According to liquidity preference theory, the money supply curve is
C.
C.
Vertical.
what did you say? Jose?
C.
C, Charlie as well.
9. Which of the following events could explain a shift of the money demand curve from MD1 to MD2?
I have A.
I put A as well.
Yep, A.
A.
I agree. That one's kind of easy. Which of the following sequences best explains the negative slope of the aggregate demand curve?
I got C.
I didn't know.
I was honestly between A, B, and C. I knew for sure it was in D, but I don't know on this one.
Yeah, I didn't even put anything on this one.
So it's, if you look at the figure 2 on 21-1B, it's the opposite of that one.
Is that how you got C?
Yep.
I have no idea, so I'm gonna go with okay.
Yeah.
It also talks about it at the bottom of that too, in wording, like it tells
Where
you.
was that at one more time, Melissa? So I can.
21-1B.
All right. 11. Other things the same as price level rises.
I got A.
A.
I was in between A and B. I wasn't really sure.
Oh, I got A on this one as well.
Yeah, I think they make the interest rate rise.
A
Not
sounds
fall.
good.
12. The marginal propensity to consume for this economy is.
This one was terrible. I got C.
I put B on that one too.
I have B.
Sure.
I didn't
I
know.
got C as in cat, because I mean they have 2 different ones. How did you guys figure it out? 2 different levels.
Yeah,
Don't you divide 6,500 by 10,000 to get that one? And then 7,250 by 11,000 to get the marginal propensity? And they're 2 different numbers, which is annoying, but they're not the numbers that they give, which is equally irritating. So I don't know.
to be honest, I just guess on that one.
You know what?
Because 6,500 divided by 10,000 is 0.65. And then you do 7,250 divided by 11,000, and it's 0.659. And they have 0.664, but that's the only one that is even close. I mean, it's just, you can't even round up to, I don't know. So,
Oh, you're right. Maybe I did this wrong.
You find which section of the textbook talks about that?
what's that?
What part of the textbook talks about that?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't write it down.
I think. Okay, how I got it, and I'm not sure if this is right or not, is you subtract 7,250 minus 6,500, and then you subtract 11,000 minus 10,000, and then you divide the answers, and that's how I got 0.75. But at the same time, if you divide just one of them, you get 0.65. So. But I thought it was the difference.
Interesting.
We can come back to it.
Hold on, let me.
I just never saw anywhere in there where they added them all together and then that preview.
Yeah.
I hate it.
I
when
just
they go off.
Yeah,
more
it
like-
does. So to find the propensity to consume, it's the change in C over the change in Y. So the change in consumption over the
Right.
change in spending.
Right, so I
I mean,
subtracted them. I subtracted them because the change was that 750,
right. So I think you're right, Karina. I think it's 0.65.
0.75.
0.75. That's what I meant. Sorry.
What part of the book was that?
It's
Well,
not
in this,
looked up. I just Googled marginal propensity
okay.
to consume equation, and it came up and said change in C over change in Y, and Y is income. So
Okay.
and C is consumption.
on the PowerPoint, in slide 23 and 24 talks about it a little bit.
So that still doesn't add up, does it?
You're not adding, you're doing the difference. So the difference between 6,500 to 7,250 is 750. And then in between the other two is 1,000. So when you divide that, you get 0.75.
Yeah.
What the heck?
750 divided by 1,000. Yeah, because
Right.
it's the change in consumption over the change in income.
Huh.
So B for 13. As real GDP falls,
I have D.
Me too.
Yeah.
I would say D as well.
Okay.
If the MPC is 0.8 and there are no crowding out or accelerator effects, then an initial increase in aggregate demand of 120 billion will eventually shift the aggregate demand curve to the right by.
I have C.
How'd you go about finding that?
Yeah.
You, hold on.
So you have to take 1 minus 0.8 and then take 1 divided by that,
Yes, exactly that.
times it by 120.
Oh, okay.
I kept thinking it's got to be harder than that, though, so I wasn't sure.
No, I
You
got the
got-
same thing.
And you
Okay,
got C?
I got C.
C,
Uh-huh.
600 billion.
Yes.
And it says eventually shift the aggregate demand curve to the right. So that means the total shift change, right? So that would be, it would have to be that. Okay.
Okay. 15. In response to which of the following events could aggregate demand increase by $1,500?
Did anyone get this? Because this one sucked. I could not figure it out.
No.
I
I
didn't grab this one.
guessed D, but I wasn't really sure.
Does a rise in consumer spending make aggregate demand increase?
Terrible.
It doesn't, does it? So I don't think it would be A or B, right?
I honestly don't know.
Because a rise in consumer spending does not push the aggregate demand, does not increase the aggregate demand, I don't believe.
When the quantity of goods and services demanded goes up, the demand for money goes down. Is that what you asked?
Dude, this one's difficult. Yeah, kind of. I mean, it kind of answered it.
So confusing.
Maybe not though.
If you guys want, we can come back to that one.
Actually, I think when consumer spending rises, I think it does make aggregate demand increase. I think it is A or B. Okay, we'll just come back to that. Is everybody good with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suppose the multiplier has a value that exceeds 1, and there are no crowding out or investment accelerator effects. Which of the following would shift aggregate demand to the right by more than the increase in expenditures?
I have D.
I got C, but I wasn't sure.
I didn't know.
I
I
didn't
think-
know this one either.
I think Karina's right. I think it's D.
Because I got C. I remember reading about C. And then I also found that B was correct. I wasn't sure about A, so I thought, well, if at least 2 are right, then for sure it has to be D.
Yeah.
I think it's D as well.
Cool. Sounds good to me.
17, suppose there was a large increase in net exports. If the Fed wanted to stabilize the output, it could.
I got A.
A.
17. I had D.
Well, I found it on slide 13, and then when he's talking about 13, he talks about that.
Well, like if we have, think about it. Suppose there was a large increase in net exports. If the Fed wanted to stabilize output, so there's too much going out and they wanted to stabilize it, why would they reduce interest rates? Reducing interest rates incentivizes people to
Buy more.
right. So like I thought decrease the money supply. And that will increase the interest rates, which will make it more expensive, and that's how they're going to control all that stuff going out. That's what I thought.
Well, yeah, but no, because they want us to spend more domestically. So if you're going to spend more domestically, then you don't want higher interest rate, or else you're going to go for imports, right? I don't know.
No, I don't think that they want us to spend more money. They want to stabilize the output. We can come back to that too.
Okay. So right now we're coming back to 15 and 17. Okay, 18. Which of the following is correct according to figure 34.7?
I got B.
18, I have D.
Is A true?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't think A is true. So I don't think it could be D. If the economy is left alone, then as the economy moves from point B.
So that means if A is not correct, it's neither D. So it's between B and C.
And C can't be correct.
I think it's B. Because I don't think C could be correct either.
So I'm good with B.
I'm good with B.
Yeah.
Great. 19. Which of the following policies would be advocated by proponents of stabilization policy when the economy is experiencing severe unemployment?
I got C.
A decrease in tax.
See,
I had no idea for that one. I left it blank.
I was questioning between C and D, and I ended up with C.
What was your thought process behind that?
So when you have unemployment, you want people to start working, right? And so you're going to increase your government purchases to increase, I don't know.
In my head, D makes more sense because you would make interest rates higher, because that would penalize people who go to take out loans. I don't know. That might sound stupid, but I don't think it would be B.
No, you definitely wouldn't want to increase the tax rate. And you wouldn't want to decrease money supply.
no.
Yeah. I think it's between C and D. I don't understand. I'm trying to think what government purchases would do for
So, like, they're going to build more
jobs.
More roads or whatever,
Yeah,
and
more jobs, basically.
employ more people because they need more purchasing power.
Yeah, I was so confused.
Yeah, it was horrible. This week really sucked bad.
Yeah.
But if you increase interest rates, then people aren't going to want to, I don't know, like businesses, they're not going to want to employ more people if they can't afford to do that, right? I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea.
I think we should be sending a message to the teacher or posting something in the questions and asking about all of these ones that we have no idea where to find. If you can at least point us to the right place in the book.
Yeah, except he doesn't ever answer until after Thursday when it's graded. And then he'll start answering them on the web or on the, right?
He answered us like the other time he answered us like the day of, right? I thought he did.
I
I
didn't
think it
think.
was the next day. So
Okay.
we asked him on Tuesday and he answered on Wednesday.
But now the deadline is longer, so if we post something tonight, then he might.
Yeah.
Increase in interest rate slows down the growth, which then increases unemployment. Okay, so this says that, again, I'm using Google, but it's because I couldn't find anywhere else. But it says that unemployment increases when interest rates increase.
So that's bad. So it has to be C.
Right. Exactly.
Good.
So I'm good with C.
With C?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then 20 is opponents of active stabilization policy.
I have C.
I got D.
I don't know.
I had it as well.
So that's on 21-3B. I feel really confident that that's D.
Wait, where did you find it?
21-3B. So the whole thing with stability, the opponents that don't want the government involved in jacking around with the money supply and stuff, they feel like the taxation and stuff that's already in place will do its job that way. And so they just believe in the fine tuning of those taxes to do the work.
I'm on board with D on this one.
What did you say it was, Karina?
I had C.
Yeah, because this says critics of the stabilization policy argue that the feds should not try to fine tune the economy. So
Mm-hmm.
people that
Well, and then
opponents wouldn't they be against?
they're against the, yes, stabilization.
Wait, what did you just read, Nicole? Read it again.
It says in 21-3B, it says critics of stabilization policy argue that because of this lag, the Fed should not try to fine-tune the economy.
Oh,
So I don't think it would be D.
Oh, so I got that backwards. Ah. Why do they have to mess with us like that?
It says that these critics advocate a passive monetary policy such as slow and steady growth in the money supply.
so it would be C.
Yeah.
Because they do believe, so it wouldn't be A because they do believe that fiscal policy can stabilize the economy. And then B
Doesn't work either.
doesn't work either, so B, it would be C. Okay, so back up to 15.
Awesome. Back to 15. What? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's hard to wrap my head around what happens to aggregate demand when there's an economic boom overseas. I don't know what I'm trying to figure out what happens to aggregate demand when net exports increases.
Probably will increase the GDP.
Mm.
So overseas, when they have more money, they can spend it. They spend it within their own, or do they bring in exports or imports, whatever?
Okay, well, first let's find, so we can find MPC. That's probably the first way to go, because that's what this whole chapter is about.
Exactly. So then do we add them together, the consumption spending and the income?
No, we subtract them. So so it would be 500 is the change in consumption over the change in income. So it's 7040 minus 6720 to 320 divided by 500. That gives us 0.64.
So then we have to find the multiplier, right?
Yeah, so the multiplier is 1 divided by
0.36.
0.36, correct.
So our multiplier is 2.78.
2.778.
And then do you divide the 1500 by that?
So 1500, actually I think you do 1500 divided by 2.77.
Yeah.
That gives you 540.
Yeah. Which is not 550, which is annoying.
But it's close.
It is close.
Oh, look, no, but it says 550 and there is a small operative crowding out effect. So that would make it fall.
There you go.
And that one says no crowding out effect, so it'd be B.
Okay, so my guess was right.
Good job.
Good job. Oh my gosh, this sucks.
Okay, and then the other one we had was 17, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, we said 17?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys also have watched his. If you click on the very first thing every week that says discussions and stuff, he posts a video.
Yeah, I was listening to him and he kind of talks about it a little bit. If you can. Yeah, it was when he was talking about slide 13.
Sorry, you cut out there. I didn't hear you.
Oh, it was when he was talking about slide 13.
Oh, okay. Because I've watched it. I haven't watched this week, but I did watch like every other week. I was just saying in general, his videos help me out a lot. Like
I
literally,
couldn't-
last test, I think I'm just gonna go watch all of them for the whole chapter.
So on our exam, are we just covering?
Just from 10 forward. It's not comprehensive.
Thank heavens. Big toast is it long?
Okay, let's see. Trying to search for your PowerPoint and stuff to see if I Honestly, I think it's D.
That's what I had.
So I think if the wanted to stabilize it, they would.
Decrease money supply.
I'm gonna go with D. I'll even be the guinea pig too and take the test first.
Are you taking the exam now?
No,
Or
I'm
you're
not.
saying,
I'm not.
Oh.
I'm just saying I would.
okay, I'm like, are we waiting?
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think they'd reduce the interest rates.
I think it's D as well. And it's slide 25 of the PowerPoint. It gives an example, but it's the opposite example. So like if it says that it reduces on overseas, the demand will fall. So if it increases, that means it will increase. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but yeah, I think it will increase.
So when they sell bonds, it's increasing money supply, right?
It's
Or it's decreasing.
decreasing because they're buying the money back,
Okay, yes,
basically.
yes. Okay. Yeah, then it's D. It's gotta be D. Okay. I agree. It's D.
Okay.
Oof, okay. Were we gonna come back to 1 or no?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was the only one that was still pending.
What did we? I ended up putting C for 1. Didn't someone say they found that in the text? Was it you?
I
Mark?
did. 21D. So
It wouldn't be B.
and I found that inside
Just
the
Google.
stock market case study part.
Why would they sell fewer shares? Well, actually, yeah, I guess they would sell fewer shares, but it wouldn't be like they make it sound like it's their choice. What does it actually say in the case study?
Oh, it's pretty long. I gotta find it again. So
What did everybody else have for this one?
I had A.
so
That'd be
mm,
Who's
spending
ahead?
on
Yeah.
consumption and investment tends to decline.
Wait, what does it say? When stock price rises?
The opposite occurs when stock prices
prices fall.
fall. So it says, okay, yeah. So the opposite occurs when stock prices fall. Spending on consumptions and investments decline. So that means when they rise, they increase. Right? So
Yeah, it
A
would
is
increase.
wrong. That it can't be A.
But it could be B.
I thought it was B because if it's higher prices, people aren't gonna buy them. So
But
that
it makes it sound like they're saying that the firm sells fewer. Well, I guess not. I guess it's whatever.
So it says a rise in stock prices makes it more attractive for firms to sell new share of stock.
okay.
That
But
is
they're not going
true.
to sell fewer, they're going to sell more.
That is true, even though people shouldn't invest like that, but they do. Okay, so yeah, I
So
would
it
say
has to be C.
I would say C.
Okay.
All right.
Awesome. That was horrible.
I'm sorry I didn't have it done, guys. This is literally the only week with the baby coming and everything. We've had to sign a new lease and move, so it's been kind of hectic. But
Congratulations again.
thank you.
It was nice working with all y'all.
Yes. Congratulations, everyone, on making it through.
None of us quit.
I'm glad it's over.
Jose said, "See ya."
Yeah. That was fast. All right, guys. Thanks,
Good
Karina.
luck.
Hi, guys. I'll post it.
All right. See you later.